Tina.
Hi. So great to see you all again. would love to hear some words from you. Yeah.
Mm. You have a subject?
No, I don't.
Me neither.
No, I don't have, but it's a bit okay. I don't know. I don't know anything. A lot is trying and looking and
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's how it is.
yes, trying to help. It's okay. You have nothing to do. Just I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
Yeah. And I could
Mm.
have a lot of subjects, but they are not here at the moment.
Mm. So what would you like me to talk about? You say you would like some words from me.
Yeah, the system would like some words to get more connection or something like that. Perhaps
So
it
that's when you say the system, that's the mind, huh?
could be, yes. I don't know. That's
Something.
yeah,
Something
something is
wants
yeah,
connection.
yeah, something wants connection.
Okay.
Or thinks it needs connection and it's not sure if there is connection. It's always
Mm. So something is confused.
yes, that's a good
Yeah.
word, yes.
Yeah.
Or not sure.
It's I mean it's normally it's the mind, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
Yeah. Because when there's no mind, then normally everything is just fine, isn't
yeah,
it?
yes, it
When
is.
it's for a moment really quiet, then yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Beautiful reach. What a beautiful reach. Mm. And I mean, in a way, we know we can't really satisfy the mind ever, isn't it? So we kind of have to drop out of that mind play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I know that. And
Oh,
just
to
like
that.
you speak, I recognized a bit distance between that was going on before it was closer to this thinking, and
Yeah.
now it's
Did
a bit,
now it's what?
it's more different. The difference
Okay.
between, yeah, yeah, it's a bit more coming to to the rest or something like that, to the
Okay.
quietness. Yeah,
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So that's easy. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I would say that's very easy. Mm. So can you track what happened that it became more easy?
it was somehow a bit clearer where the attention has to go or I would like to go.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. So where did the attention go?
A bit more in the background, more in the body, sitting, feeling sitting on the chair.
Okay. Hmm. Also, this breathing. So more here, can you say?
More here,
More here.
more down, not so much in there.
I see.
Yeah.
Not so much just in mental activity or whatever we want to call that. More,
More settling in the body.
more settling.
Mm.
Fantastic. Just by reaching out, huh?
Yeah. Mm.
That's pretty awesome. Mm. 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 Feeling that. Now there's more movement in the body, through the body, more flow. I mean, we can call it emotion, but it's actually, yeah, it's
There's something is
something
moving. Something is
so
moving.
beautiful. Mm, mm, mm. Just by reaching out. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
And just to name it because no, not because um is I I shouldn't have reached out or that yeah I shouldn't have to reach out. It has to be by itself or it has to something like that.
Mm.
It's
Strange
a thought.
idea, huh?
It's a thought.
Yeah, it's a strange idea. I mean, what does that even mean? As if there is something uh, alone, kind of. It is. I mean, the confusion comes actually when it separates itself, doesn't it? When there's
Yeah,
an identity, then
it has to
then
do
it.
it by its own. Yeah, by itself.
Mm,
Yeah.
so amazing. But that, we all know that thought and that idea. So it's just good to see what it actually does. It actually creates the opposite. While the reaching is like coming into connection in a felt sense. Mm. Which is so healthy, so healthy. I mean, everything does that. The trees or the grass, or it's like, oh, moving in space somehow and taking the elements in, whatever it is, minerals and water. And so there's a constant exchange going on. If one grass would say, no, I have to do it by myself, it's interesting, huh? Or a tree, no, I'm not taking anything from anybody, from the universe, from the world. I'm not from Earth. I have to do it myself.
Crazy.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how the mind comes up with those ideas. I have no clue, but it is well known to a lot of minds. So it's so good to get out of that confusion. It's so good. I love this exchange. Makes it so clear. Mm. It kind of, if it stays in that, it just feeds on that confusion, huh? And then it's devastation, frustration, pain, suffering. Oh gosh, just name it. All of it. I have to do it all myself, all alone. Mm. Mm. So wonderful when there is confusion from wherever. We have no clue how it even builds up. And then there comes a reach. Wow. Maybe that's the biggest gift ever. It's grace, isn't it? Comes a reach and it's received and takes a breath and something comes into flow again. Mm. Yeah. And how is it now?
Different. Easier.
Easier. Yeah. Mm.
Also more the others come more in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Something gets softer.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, it's the best. Mm.
It's, there comes either this a little one. I don't want to be alone.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's funny, because we have developed a language in a way with the little one, but also the
Yeah,
big one.
the big one also.
No, no, no one likes that feeling of being alone. It's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, also look where we come from. We come from little family tribes or, little villages, little groups in a
Yeah.
way, where we can rely on each other and where we do stuff together. And, it has become quite complex life. I mean, we have a lot of luxury. I mean, sure, that we don't need to go hunting and all those things. It's in a certain way, my gosh, it's so, so, so helpful. But it also has created a sense of being alone. It's just like that. It's like,
Yeah, and
before
actually, yeah,
it was needed to do things together. It was just so much easier, it would make life so much easier. And now it's like, I mean, everybody can go by themselves to the supermarket.
yeah,
And if not, maybe there's somebody who helps, or, it's all organized, but that sense of aloneness has come in, and it's painful. It's very painful.
yeah. What I noticed also was this to use a little one to tell the neediness or the
Mm.
wishes that are here.
Yeah.
Also a bit strange
Yeah.
or unusual or
Yeah. We're finding language for, mm, yeah, for our situation.
mm,
I mean, a lot of us find themselves alone. Now, maybe you have a few friends, but I mean, to be really intimate, and I'm not talking about sexuality or sensuality, I'm just that, whoa, really showing up, really showing everything here. It's rare to find someone with who that is possible. It's absolutely rare. And it's, gosh, do we love it when that happens? Oh my God, do we love it? It's so nurturing that,
yeah,
you said it's getting more soft. And yeah, and then one just wants to share everything.
yeah,
Snuggle in, maybe, or, make some food together, or it's just nothing more beautiful than having a cup of tea and a cookie together. They're just holding hands. seeing the sunset or rise.
Just was wondering because of the retreat and then the difference coming home, and there was a big difference, and I always looking for, well, what is the difference, what makes a difference. But now as you speak, it's clear there were the opportunity to ask, to get in contact. It was totally different around me.
Yeah. Yeah. Was a good retreat, huh?
Yeah, it was.
So happy to hear. Felt good from over here.
But it's coming. It was a really good retreat. But how to bring that or take that with me in my daily life?
Yes, that is the next step. Just that question opens up. So now, hands off, let life unfold. Let life, play. Let life itself play. And you just follow. I mean, I know in Western Australia, they have, in Holland too, they actually started it. They started with the circle of presence, for example. It's a wonderful way of coming together and being with like-minded, being with those that are interested in being vulnerable, being available, being in connection. Yeah. So who knows, Bettina? Who knows what you will do, what you will come up with. But it starts with that question, huh?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
can I? It starts with that. Maybe, starting to invite people that like to sing, or whatever it is, or other things. Could be anything. Could be anything. Or just coming together and inviting to share vulnerably.
Actually, I did that a lot. We have some groups. Yeah, and then when we are together, last time when we were together, there was still this thing, it's not in connection. How can we come in connection? I don't know how. It's really, I noticed that, and it feels a bit, no. But I don't know how to invite it.
Far out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just the noticing and maybe even sharing that. Yeah. Showing up as vulnerable as you can. My
Yeah.
experience is immediately intimacy. And when somebody shows themselves vulnerable, that's the most beautiful invitation to be there, to be present. Yeah. You have to explore that, of course. You have to see.
Yeah. Because then I noticed there is some criticism in my system, she had to be different and that had to be different. And then it stops me from showing, because I don't want to, explain, beschuldigen oder yeah, project outside. But that's also I noticed, and I not really know how not to project, or yeah, something like
that. Yeah, fantastic. So you can speak exactly that.
Yeah. Now
Yes.
it's here, but when I'm sitting there, it's something. Oh, what, how? But
You
thank you.
don't know, Bettina,
No.
you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know, somehow there is a question or there is an interest
Yes.
to invite more intimacy into the groups where you already are. You know, you meet already some people.
Yes, yes, I do.
And, you know, how can you show up more vulnerable
Mm.
and speak exactly that? You can come even with that question. Mm. All of it. You can bring all of it.
Mm.
Mm. There's not been any blame or any projection whatsoever.
Mm.
So,
Not at the moment, no.
no, no. Mm. Mm.
Thank you. This afternoon, I will have the next opportunity to play.
Ah, fantastic. So you're bringing it into your
Yes,
life. You know? You are.
I will.
Yes. Yeah. What a gift. Mm. Mm. We wish you lots of fun
Thank you.
and a deep exploration.
Yeah,
Mm.
thank you all.
Yeah. Thanks. Mm.
Thank you.
Mm. Ellen,
Hello. Do
hello.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
My internet is not so good, but I give it a try.
Okay.
So maybe I fall away, but I'm still here.
So far, so good.
Mm, 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 mm. Oops. Mm. 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 Seems like there is no space for thoughts. They just
Hallelujah.
they, yeah, they come up, but then there is no they drop away again, so they can't finish the sentence. And then it's like there are so many, like if there are so many questions and at the same time there are no questions because it's how to say, in a way. Mm. Mm. This last Sangha you had, this conversation with Kama is her name, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. It was really, it was about meeting, how you meet, that you, in a way, you don't have to go forward, you just stay.
Yeah. That idea that to meet somebody is you move away
Yeah.
from yourself, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Rather than, wow, coming even more, staying even more here, even
yeah,
more at home. And then that meeting opens up. It's really opposite, isn't it?
yeah,
It's like the more, it was so beautiful with Bettina, when she
yeah.
realized, it got easier and there was more here-ness. And then
Mm,
the sense of connection is there.
mm,
So it's the more here, the more connection.
mm,
The more moving away, the less
mm,
connection. Then we run after meeting connections, like where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The more here, oh gosh, it just, oh, it's just the other way around. So funny.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very beautiful.
I felt you a lot when I was in June.
Oh,
I wrote you. It was
yes,
really,
you did. I was so there in spirit.
yes,
Absolutely. I mean,
I
I know
was very
all your
clear.
moves. I know exactly when you go eat and where you are, and when you meet. Yeah, so beautiful. It was very beautiful to feel you all. Mm. And thanks for sharing with me because, it's,
Mm,
yeah, touches the heart very deeply. Love hearing that.
And I have one question in a way. Well, let's see how it. Mm, yeah, it's when these waves come up like grief or
Mm.
yesterday I had a day that there came a lot of waves of grief and really good crying was happening.
Mm.
And at the same time, I was wondering, like, when this comes up, you can say, is it always connected with thought? Yeah, there is a little bit confusion about that, like when there are thoughts or memories, and then sometimes grief can come up or anger or whatever, it doesn't matter what, but if you are really in this silent place, this deep ocean in a way you can say, I was just wondering, like, is this always connected with thoughts? I can see, maybe now when I talk with you, I can see already, like, because then sometimes the body does it, that you have to cry or that,
Mm.
And I can see then thoughts come up because they want to explain or they analyze or they want to see what's happening or whatever or bring solution.
Yeah.
But still, because this, you can say like this body, my body or this body is so, how you call this? Expressive, so easy in expressing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes
Yeah.
very quickly itself.
Yes. Yeah.
And then sometimes there's big crying, and then I'm a little bit confused. Like, wow, is that then thought? What comes, or why is it always so much expressing? You can say
Oh,
it's
that is
something.
just such a beautiful question.
Yes, it's clear what I mean. Clear.
Yes, of course. You know, you were talking about that deep silence, that ocean of silence, you know? Okay, that's there. And then there's also livelihood.
Mm,
Now there's the experience of a human being. And that human being, oh my gosh, it's expressive.
mm,
It just sometimes it laughs, sometimes it cries, sometimes
mm,
it shouts, sometimes it's quiet. I mean, just
mm,
the whole range. It's playful, it is upset. I mean, just the whole range, all of it. So that's what a human life does. It's
mm,
so expressive. It just goes all over the place.
mm,
So sometimes memories come and then it needs to laugh because it's
mm,
been such a beautiful memory. And the next moment there comes a memory, gosh, that brings up lots of grief. So
mm,
what actually creates confusion is analyzing it. Otherwise,
mm,
it's just doing its thing. So there's also nothing wrong with analyzing. It's just really nice to know that's just something that happens by
mm,
itself. The whole thing happens by itself. Nobody can tell you why, where it
mm,
comes from. Nobody has a clue what's going on.
mm,
So with luck, there comes a moment of seeing that this is what's happening and just letting it do its thing. Like a tree, just a tree just grows.
mm,
Doesn't stop at one point and say, why did I grow a branch in that direction and another one there? And it doesn't start to analyze. It just does
yeah.
what you have no clue why all of a sudden a branch comes out there and then another one from there. And gosh, and then the strength of it, you can sit on it as a human being. It's far out. You have no clue why, how. Start analyzing that.
Mm,
So you will never get an answer that's satisfying. So
no.
the analyzing is actually the confusion. Otherwise, you know, sometimes it seems like there's a day of crying. So what? Let it cry.
Yeah.
Sometimes there is a day of laughter and happiness and all the good things and cake and celebration. Maybe a good friend, a lovemaking, and you know, just maybe, you know, and next day all gone again, you know. So, oh, where's my beloved and where's my cake? You know.
With
So
my kid.
yeah, you know.
Mm,
So that's just what life does.
mm,
That's just what life does, constantly. So with luck, you can enjoy every moment of it, be it grief, be it happiness, be it whatever. especially when there's the seeing of it, isn't it? It's like, gosh, and then sometimes that huge ocean of silence, you call it that, huh? Oh, then that comes so far out. Oh, and then it spits you out of that, and there you are. And whatever.
Yeah,
All of
it's
it. It's
it's yeah
all of it. It's
yeah. It's
all
good
of
to
it.
hear this. It's good to hear this.
Yeah, it's good to speak it. It's
Yeah,
all of it. It's all of
yeah.
it. It's no special way to be as far as I can see, so don't you have to see for yourself, but that's how it comes to say,
Mm,
to speak. It's just it's everything. It is everything. And sometimes there's even that ocean of silence. Oh, all of it. And there's no spot that you can hold on to.
mm,
Nothing. Nothing. You find yourself in grief all of a sudden, oh, and then it takes you there. Then you find yourself wherever. It's in the end, it's all the same.
yeah, it's the whole
Doesn't
package.
mean doesn't
Yeah, it
mean
doesn't.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's just, I mean, when the seeing is there, then it's just to be enjoyed for what it is.
mm.
Movements in all directions. Gosh, wild, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't
phew.
Isn't it wild?
It's very well.
Intensity,
Yeah.
intensity. Oh my God. Gosh.
I can
Name,
see, I can see now we talk about it and to listen to you and to hear you that maybe then, you know, there's a kind of the mind that took a kind of concept like
sure.
being in Isaac's retreat, that it has to be silent or something like that, and that if emotions come, that it's yeah, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
it's really lovely to hear this because this body is very
Uh,
expressive sometimes.
expressive.
It's
Absolutely.
and even I can feel like it's sometimes not for me. It's just I don't know where it comes from, but it's just doing its thing
Life
and
itself.
life itself. Yeah, and
Yes.
I love it. In a way, I love it.
I
It's
hope
really
so.
this amazing flow.
I hope so.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about, isn't it? As long as
yeah.
there's an experience of a body and life, it's about living it, isn't it? It's about, gosh, letting it do what it needs to do. See,
Mhm,
and the so-called silent retreat, it's just an invitation in a way for that which covers the clarity up to
mm,
quieten down a bit so that the clarity can come,
mm,
because that's so very often in normal life that it is very, very confused for a lot of people. There is
mm,
that analyzing, or there's no analyzing at all, or there's all that judgmental right wrong thing, or we are kind of on a path where there's been that much quietness so that clarity comes more into sight, let's say it like
mm.
that, into view, so that we're not getting so quickly confused by all the stuff the mind is trying to tell
Mm.
us. Because, when you go with that, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, it can be
Yeah.
so confusing.
Yeah.
But when you're clear, then life is just doing its thing. And there's whatever that experience of it. It's just,
Yeah,
it's wild.
and life is maybe also using your body to uh, clear clear up or clean up things. I don't
Absolutely.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Bodies love to move. Most bodies. I mean, there's always exceptions. Some bodies don't like to move too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Look at a
Different. Yeah.
child. Look at a child. It's also in constant movement. It's very curious. It wants to learn. It wants to know. It wants to play. It loves movement. I mean, life, let's say like that, life, existence is about movement. It's in constant movement. It can't hold on to anything. And then there's that where that's beyond movement, let's say like that. We can't, from here, we don't have access to that. We just know it is there because there needs to be that which does not change. They just go together. They go together. And then there's that which sees it all. It's like far out. What a movie it all is. What a party.
It's amazing.
No control, no control.
Yeah,
It
really
moves,
Wow.
doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just being clear in a way of wow, letting it do its thing. It's very nice to be alive. It's very nice to be alive with you.
It's so sensitive, eh? It's so
Ah,
precious
it-
sensitive. And in this field, in this retreat from Isaac, to be in this field, then you get even more sensitive and more sensitive. I really had a little bit I was walking a lot alone in the woods because sometimes Sangha was just too much. But wow,
mm.
it felt like I had drink ayahuasca every day. It was
Without
really
throwing
like,
up.
wow. It, it, do it, yeah, yeah, without, and it's, wow, it's so, then every cell gets so sensitive and it gets so
So alive.
wide and so, it's amazing. But also then a lot of information comes in and then,
Yeah,
a lot of information comes in and then you find yourself crying or laughing or whatever. And I even don't know where it comes from, but it's just like,
exactly. Going through, coming through. Mm. Mm. Life, very alive. Every cell starts to move and squeeze and do its thing.
mm,
Mm.
nice to share this and to hear this.
Mm. Mm. Very beautiful.
Because then there is sometimes this sentence in my head like, yeah, you have to more
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
more,
Yeah. Kiss that one, tickle it until it just
you
starts
have to be more
dancing.
you have to
What a
be more
joke, huh?
quiet.
Yep,
Yeah,
be
okay,
more quiet or something. What a
or
joke.
something like that.
What a joke. We all know that sentence, I tell you. We all know it. What a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Nah, thank you. I give some space to somebody else.
Oh, thank you for this inspiring exchange.
Beautiful to hear you and to see you all and to
Yeah.
meet again. And yeah, big warm heart.
Mm. Mm. Yum, yum.
Yum yum.
Mm. Judith.
Hey, Meike.
Hello.
Nice to be here again.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Ah,
Very sweet to hang out.
Tears to my eyes. Beauty of it and the simplicity of it. And at the same time, everything what is happening, or the tensions that I feel in the body, but no, it's all part of the whole. Just part of the whole.
Yes. It's
What can I
all
do? You know, what can I do? Hands off is the best. Hands off is the best.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
precious, so precious to hang out together like this. So precious to be together again here.
Yeah. It's very precious.
So precious. So happy to see you, happy to see you all, and enjoying. Grateful, grateful. Mm.
Marina. Hello.
Nice to feel a flickering of presence. Mine has been like had this vision earlier of this runaway horse, you know, that's just gone off and off on its own, doing its thing. Oh my God. Yeah.
Not much control, huh?
No, no one was pulling on the reins, that's for sure.
But I'm always amazed because something is aware of it. Yeah, whatever that is. But it's absolutely amazing. Otherwise, you would not even be able to tell about it. You wouldn't. You couldn't. So something is aware.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Oh. What a trip, huh?
Yeah.
It's what a trip this is.
Not a dull moment.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I liked your comment. I think it was on Facebook today about, you know, pleasure and pain.
Yeah.
Yes, a comment by someone, you know.
Yeah, I
There's
said nothing wrong with pleasure, he said.
yeah, then you said nothing wrong with pain.
Pain.
Not pain. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it too. They just go together. They go together. One doesn't exist without the other. Huh? Yeah. They are brother and sister. Or husband and wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. I'm so glad you're back. And yeah,
Oh.
it is really precious.
Oh.
I really love both conversations with Bettina and with Ellen.
Yeah.
Like little things really resonated.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. It's good to have a little break in between, huh? And then all of a sudden there we are again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Marina. Judith.
Yes, I come back because a question is popping up.
Yeah, please.
And I have spoken with you also that earlier, but when Ellen spoke about emotions that come up, and for me, giving full space to those emotions that want to come up in this brings me actually often deeper to presence again, relaxation. And in the retreat, Isaac spoke again over emotion is a movement away. And that gives a kind of tension around emotions, as if something is wrong or it is a movement away. While I do understand that behind that emotion, there's a sense of contraction, felt sense. but naming it as a movement away doesn't fit somehow in this experience here. Because often for me it is when it just is allowed and it can be here and it gets space, then it is a movement to more embodiment and being present here. So that still is for me somehow a friction, what
Mm.
does
Yeah.
fit
So,
here totally.
so it doesn't mean that it is bad, that movement away. It's actually a survival mechanism.
Mm.
Somehow life created time and space.
Mhm.
So discomfort and emotion is just to create a bit more space so that it's not too unbearable. So that would be the movement away from that discomfort. But it is actually a survival mechanism. So it is nothing wrong with that. It's actually brilliant that life came up with that. So later on now, when emotion comes, then we go through the emotion, and then we come home again.
Yeah,
So that's what you're experiencing.
yeah, that's
Yes.
how it is experienced here.
But through that emotion, the discomfort gets released.
Yeah. So then
So
I can't see it as a movement away. Yeah.
it came at first, emotion was created because there was a discomfort.
Mm.
So that discomfort, let's say, was very, very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And then the emotion created more space so that it was more bearable.
Mm. Mm.
So quite often it gets stuck in there though.
Mm.
So I guess that's what he is talking about. That's how I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Quite often it gets stuck there. So when that discomfort gets touched, it stays in that emotion because it couldn't really fully release itself.
Mm-hmm.
So then, for example, anger or sadness. Some people have constant anger and constant sadness, for example.
Yeah, then I can
Emotions.
understand. Yeah.
Yes. And it stays there.
Mm.
So it does not really do the whole things through. Yeah. So that what's actually underneath can be released. I mean, you obviously have found a way now to let that emotion go through without acting on it,
Mm.
without,
Mm.
so that what was underneath actually can release itself.
Mm. Yeah, so that's more experienced in this way.
Yes, and that is, I mean, most of us have learned that, but some have not learned it yet, and they quite often stay in that emotional response, but that what's underneath is still
Not
sitting
touched.
there, not being released, actually.
And what is
Does
the
that make
solution
sense?
for that situation when it constantly fires or is sad?
Yeah, the solution is, just seeing maybe at first what it actually is, and that it is stuck in that realm of emotion.
Mm.
So, what quite often happens when we're just present with each other, when there's no making wrong or right, or no wanting it to be different, that it then starts moving by itself and falls back through that emotion, but it releases what's actually underneath, that unbearable or that pain that was created first.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's what we have learned through the trauma work, for example, and, you know, just being present and creating a space that is warm and loving.
Yeah.
That's when it can start to move and release itself in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yes.
then it doesn't feel like a movement away, but more a movement to here.
See, yes, exactly. Yes. So that is, I mean, if there's a solution, that's when it becomes when the gift is received in a way.
Yeah.
But you know, there's at first, let's say there is again, there's the pain,
Yeah.
and then that emotion, and if that emotion cannot fully go through and complete itself and release all the chemicals and everything that's
Yeah.
there, it gets stuck there.
Yeah.
So then whenever it gets touched, you know, you have some
That
people have
response.
anger
Yeah.
response, yes.
Yeah.
See, and that's stuck in the emotion. And but it's actually a movement away from that first
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
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 That which was so unbearable. So I better punch somebody.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if you have to go that far, then touch that. So we are very, very, very lucky actually that we somehow have evolved into being present with those emotional states so that they can complete themselves in a way. Sometimes it's even, you know, the SE people, I mean, Peter Levine discovered that there was a stuckness even in the movement, so that a movement could not really complete itself. So he would find that with someone, he would find out where it actually got stuck, and then together complete that movement so that it finally can release itself. Brilliant.
Mm.
Brilliant. He's been, oh my gosh,
Mm.
bless his soul to come up with this exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, and lovely that you speak it. It gets more clear here.
Fantastic.
It's really beautiful to have those
Yeah.
distinctions.
Yeah. And thanks for bringing that into view. It's really good. Can be
Yeah.
so confusing sometimes.
Yes, sometimes then this is
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
Yes, from which angle you can move through the emotions, actually.
Absolutely.
Then
Absolutely. And
it's not a movement away, but then it's a movement to bigger
yes,
expansion and being here and embodied.
exactly. When it completes itself again, then it is, see, like it says, emotion, then it comes into movement. You know, the unhealthy, I mean, I don't know if one can say that, but is when it's stuck in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's what he's talking about. It's like that movement away from the original pain, and then it's stuck in that emotional response.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather
Yeah,
than
it's very clear for me now. Very clear.
oh, fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Really cool.
Yeah. That's why I needed to come again to get this.
Yes, come again, come again. You know, we're, you know,
Yeah.
fantastic. I like that.
Thank you.
Esther.
Hi, Meike. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I really recognize what you speak about. I feel I have the sense my system is really stuck in it, and there's just a question like when it, I'm not sure if it releases itself or reveals itself. Really,
Yeah.
is that just once in a lifetime, or again and again and again and again.
Uh, in my case, in
Yeah.
my case, it wasn't one in a lifetime. It
Okay.
was quite a lot.
Okay.
But that's just, my personal experience with this body system.
Yeah.
But I can say the moment it learned about it, it made it easier to do it again and again and again and again.
Okay.
At first it had no clue. It was just stuck in emotional response.
And
My
also
system,
old beliefs. What's
sorry.
old beliefs? What's coming in then again?
For my system, it was more an emotional. The emotional response was sadness. So that's where my system hung out a lot. It didn't have many other responses. And it didn't even have, funny enough, it even didn't have thought forms with it. Not many.
Mm.
And one point it seemed like that was not even personal sadness. It was just an inherited sadness through, yeah. But that's how it was here, and the moment it learned how to actually release that emotion, wow, then it got the hang of it,
What does this mean?
it learned,
I mean
this
the hang,
works.
the hang of it. That's
The hang of it,
Yeah.
when it all of a sudden, this is how it works.
so. Mm.
All of a sudden it knew, wow, it discovered a new way. It's like, okay, if it can be here present, the best case with another person where there's no fixing, no changing, no trying to get rid of, and there's just a loving space that invites that emotion, for example, just to be the way it is. In my case, then it started moving. It's like, oh, wow, this feels all right. Here, I don't need to be stuck anymore. I was like, it started with the breath, for example, or it started with just being curious again, or,
Mm.
and then it moved through, and all of a sudden it was happy instead of sad. It's like, oh, wow, that's cool. And, the more it learned it in a way, the more it could do it by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if emotion comes, it's really, really rare that emotion comes to visit. I mean, you never know what's next, but this system has been very, very emotional in younger years. And it's actually not so emotional anymore. It's quite amazing. Yeah, it has learned a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, when I see you now, and from the first time I met you, it's also a difference.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Gosh, a lifetime ago, huh?
Can I tell a bit about this system here, or?
What do you want me to tell about your system, the system there?
Because I noticed I do sometimes sessions with Gaia online, and the last session with SA, I guess, I felt very subtle trembling in my body, very,
Mm.
very subtle.
Mm.
And I also, there was a moment I could allow it, and just orienting on the flowers outside the windows and the butterflies, and there's also a story around, like it's not allowed to feel that. Very old subtle trembling. And so then memories pops up,
Mm.
and now it just like really gets stuck in it again. And how much I look at flowers or butterflies, it's yeah. And there's such a deep, very old belief that it isn't allowed to let it just be there.
Mm. Oh, it's good to see. It's good to see.
Yeah.
And then also good to see, you know, if a belief needs to be believed in still.
Sorry again?
You know, you said there's such a strong belief. And then, you know, in present moment, just to see if that belief is still useful. It was, obviously.
Not useful.
Oh, far out. It's far out. Look what that does. just see, no, it's not useful. Look,
No.
it's that simple. It's that simple. Don't need it anymore.
Yeah. I see the belief is not needed.
Yeah, you know, it's a strong belief, obviously. Then just inquire and look at it again and again and again, if it's really still needed. Because you just said it, you told all of us it's not useful anymore. Yeah, so that's cool. Just whenever it comes, you look again. Is this belief still useful? Is- do I still have to believe it? In this moment? Yeah, that's how you go. Again and again, whenever it comes.
Yeah.
It needs to be seen from every angle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it feels like an ongoing loop. Although I see it's not necessary, then it's like how to say it?
It comes and hooks in again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you look again, then you look again. Every time, you know, there's that saying with the rope and the snake, you know, there's a rope somewhere on the floor and you come in, you think it's a snake. At the moment you switch on the light, you see, oh, it's not a snake, it's just a rope. You know, at one point you don't even need to do anything with the rope because you know it's a rope. Maybe at first you need to put it away because every time you come you see, oh, you think it's a snake. At one point it will be clear it's just a rope. You just have to look again and again and again. That's how it is with beliefs. So do you still need that belief?
Not now. I see. I
Not
don't
now.
see. I
Not
don't need
now.
it. But it's
Yeah, far out. Just not now. Just in this moment. Not. You don't need it. That's super cool. It's like switching the light on.
yeah, but it doesn't mean that it starts to shake it out, you know.
Oh, who
That's the
knows?
next step.
You're laughing.
Yeah.
You're laughing. Who knows?
Maybe if I make it as a picture, like it's every time I have a look at it and I see it's not necessary, it's like fading away the picture.
Ah, good. Now
Like
you're getting
a
creative.
snake, and then to have a little cut in it, you know, that it's yeah. I'm seeing you speak.
Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. Now you're getting creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah, then there comes the breath. With every belief you do that. You look if it's needed in this moment.
Yeah, now there's some shaking starting. But that's
Oh,
okay.
hmm.
And what
Yeah.
about, okay, just so I don't have to look at the stories around where I got the belief or like memories.
Who knows, sometimes it might be useful and sometimes not. I mean,
Yeah, it can also pull you again in a story. I get, but that story is history.
so there you go. You're just giving yourself an answer.
Yeah, it's helpful to, what's it sparring with you a little bit,
Yes.
and then, then I get more distance. I'm not so stuck in it then.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. And there's a little shame around to show it,
To show what?
the trembling.
Oh, then don't. Don't show it.
Speak this. And yeah, I would also be like you, for example. And then there's that thing what's coming back in my life and my body and my system.
It's a funny thing with comparing, huh? You have no clue what's going on here.
Oh, I know.
That's you have no clue. So comparison is, oh man, don't compare yourself. Don't. That makes it all very, very complex and confused. Just staying here. That's enough already, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You should figure out everybody else on top of it. Oh my God.
Sometimes I can't remember anymore what means staying here, What's
Yeah.
staying here?
Yeah.
What is, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have the kind of tools from the SA, like feeling how my body sits on the chair and so. But I also find a nice new way to write it down, to write down what I actually sense in my sense with my skin or taste or breathe. And then that's helpful to come in the moment with whatever there is.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Creates also really funny stories. not sure if it's about some part of my body what collapse and then coming out to collapse.
Don't need to bother.
Okay.
Mm.
And there's a kind of confusion about to be with the sensations and staying here with you, but I don't want to put it on your plate, so to say. I'm looking how that works, you know.
Won't have to bother. Nothing to do, Esther. Nowhere to go. Just here.
Nothing to do.
Hmm. How is it when there's nothing to do?
Using.
When there's something to do, it's also confusing, huh?
Yeah, that's the confusion, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can do a lot. It's just, for me, you don't need to do anything.
I hear it. Mm. It's
Mm.
yeah, gives renewed information to the system.
That a good thing?
Mhm.
Oh, cool. I'm glad to hear. Mm.
I see it's almost done.
Yes.
Yeah. I will pick up the work of Parent on that belief.
Oh, cool.
Although
Yes.
she says it's you don't do the work on yourself, but maybe it's not on myself because it's a belief. It's still something outside myself.
You will figure it out.
Sorry?
You will figure it out.
Maybe at least one layer, starting with one layer. And then another layer will pop up.
Yes, the mind is very creative.
Yeah.
Keeps you busy. It's nice.
I'm very busy. I try to understand chords on my guitar and I still don't understand them. It's keeps me
Mm.
busy. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're
I'm
welcome.
a little bit more here, I guess. I hope. It feels like that. On the sunny side of the mind. Thank you.
Thanks, Esther. Love and peace, and a big hug. Ciao, beloveds. Next week is free, but the week after again. Thanks, Eva, for hosting us. And see you soon. Ciao.